like we said earlier, I absolutely want to date a black man. That is the epitome of love, just black love.
Black
I
love.
want that. But
Ooh, it's sexy.
what is black
Okay,
love?
let's keep going, and then we'll get
Yeah,
back
we'll
to
get
black
back
love.
to
Let's
that.
keep going to
So,
the question on the table.
I definitely do now feel some type of way. But as I talked, I remember that clip that Cassandra had put out there about black women not being able to find a mate. And I absolutely, like I said, I absolutely want a black man. But when I look out there and see that there are black men that absolutely don't want me, it's like,
Right.
it hits you. It's like, you feel that. And it's hard. I think it's hard for a lot of black women when they see that.
Yeah, they turn
Because
from
it's
the
like,
black woman and they go to a white woman or whatever.
And it's
that is
acceptable
hurtful
for them.
That is hurtful. And I'm not necessarily saying men that say, I will never date a black woman, but they are not with a black woman. How does that make you feel?
Or intentionally saying, I'm not going
Yeah,
to.
they can
That's
intentionally
worse.
say that. That probably is worse, but still, Cassie, what do you think? Wow, here goes Cassie. She said, "Do we have enough?"
No, I take a deep breath because I've grown in this area and I am hesitant to speak my truth. I do have a bias or double standard that when I see a black female with a white male, I'm like, you go. I'm cheering her on.
I am now.
I'm cheering her on.
Yeah,
I know Serena Williams just recently caught a lot of flack. There was a question on a syndicated radio show regarding her relationship, and there were several men who identified as African American that said that was wrong. And I was like, I know y'all did. I was so surprised. But the truth, if you know her story, like I bet everybody at this table, if we were dating somebody outside our race, we have tried several times to date within our race. And that's what happened with Serena Williams. Back to the statistics, even women outpopulate men right now currently. And so I am worried and bothered by a black man that intentionally says, I only want to date this type of woman, and it excludes somebody that look like his mom.
So is it okay for black women to now date outside of the race because of the numbers? Is that what I hear you saying?
I say,
But-
I say,
But because black
emphatically,
men have
I
enough
have-
black women to choose from, they should be regulated to choosing from a black woman?
I say emphatically that I have a double standard. I'm not asking anybody permission if it's right or wrong. That I cheer on a black female if she dates outside of her race. I am real concerned. And the bottom line is I probably wouldn't want you anyway if you saying you don't want to be with a black female. Does somebody look like your mama?
Look at her face.
So I'm just saying, but I had to learn to grow that the ultimate desire of everybody on earth with Maslow's Pavlov is
Yep.
to be
loved.
desired
Yep.
and to be loved.
Yep. Whitney Houston said it best.
I don't know
We
if she
all
said
wanna
it.
love.
But
Yeah, she said.
Oh,
look,
I just said I don't know if she said it the best, but yeah.
Natalie,
I got you. I got you.
her song. We all want to be loved.
Natalie. The question on the table is, how do you feel about black men that date non-black women? Get close to the mic.
Check
'cause
your
we
Apple
ready
Watch
to hear
again.
this.
Check your Apple
Right,
Watch.
right.
Check.
I don't know. It's just, I just know that I've seen things. I've run into, I've social media things, and I've seen where the black men that are dating white women talk so negatively about us as black women. And they say that that's what I hear. I just hear that we're hard to please. We just hard to deal with. I've even heard some that we have bad attitudes. I've even heard we trifling. The audacity. And it just the nerve. And I've just been like, dang. But like you said, when I see a black woman with a white man, I be like, shoot, you go, girl. And I don't know why I do that. But then I think too, I'll be like, but it seems like such slim thickens out here with our black men.
That's what we opened up with. Slim pickings.
Yeah, slim pickings.
So Denisha says she agrees because statistically speaking, third is locked up, another third is gay, and then there's a third left. So we have no other choice but to date outside our race.
Right. Because the half of the third is with white women.
Well, I don't know what the other half of the third is, but I'm just saying, as we said, the numbers are they're just stacked against us. Like, as a black woman, the reality of it is there aren't enough black men. Now, on the flip side, for a black man, there are too many black women. So there's no reason why. But, some people say love is love. I get that. I understand. The only issue I have is when a black man, like you said, if he's dating a white woman, but then he puts, black women down and he puts her on this pedestal like she's a queen, like she ain't no gold digger. No, she a gold digger too. She just gonna silently get your shit. Lord forgive me, I said that. But she a gold digger too.
This is an adult radio station.
Let's go there with Sassy
Let's
and
go
Tia.
there.
That's right. We said we go there.
We go there. She got an attitude too. So at the end of the day, don't discount who I am as a black woman and put this white woman on a pedestal like she's just God gift to the earth. No. Because at the end of the day, you came out of me. You didn't come out of her poo new. You came out of a black woman's poo new.
Ooh, no, that's a
Also known as vajayjay, also known as vagina. You know what though? That is you really just summed it up. That is just the truth from the double root on that. That if you have somebody that's downing you, and second of all, society is very hard on black women.
They are
very hard. We get that
everywhere.
Stigma on the workplace.
We're angry.
We're angry. Nationally, we've been condemned by the person that's supposed to have the most power in the world. And so people have jumped on that bandwagon of downing brown and black women. And it flows into our homes. And it flows also into the character building of our young girls too. That try to be the best they could be, and the things, Lord help them, what they see and what they even see as being healthy relationships for themselves. So that is a difficult thing. And that treatment thing that you guys mentioned is so important, how we want to be treated. Oh, okay. So somebody said that attitude right there is a huge turn off for men.
What attitude? Please elaborate, sir. What's his name? What's his name, sis?
I'm just gonna say
What's his name?
Anthony. Can you? Hopefully, you're still on.
Yeah, you tried it, Anthony.
So
you
know what,
definitely
and
tried
also-
it. I done picked my mic up on that. You
Yeah,
tried it,
so
Mr.
also
Anthony.
saying attitude, I really have eliminated that from my vocabulary because attitude could be happy, sad, angry, or mad.
Or
That's an
even
attitude.
enlightened.
Yes.
So there can be a part of my attitude that's enlightened and I'm learning something new. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It could also be as a result of my experience too.
And back to what you said, Tia, about what we bring to the relationship or what we attract. There's men who want X, Y, and Z, and they're attracting the same type of woman that they will disagree with their attitude or don't like it. Yeah, with this fighting spirit.
Something in you.
Something like probably they grew up with.
Anthony.
Let me turn this around. This is for my childhood friend, Anthony.
Anthony.
So you know Anthony.
I
Thanks,
do.
Anthony, for your comments. And again, guys, the conversation is really, going there, and we are just encouraging folks to just get on and chat us questions and comments. So
This is Peachy. She about to talk.
did you get a chance to share? You did. Did you share your perspective? So I guess my perspective is similar to what you ladies are saying. I think that, without me knowing what the man feels or thinks, it makes me feel, and I know I'm responsible for my feelings, but it makes me feel that he's chosen someone over me, over the black woman. That may not be the case. It may simply be I just love this person and who they are, and they just happen to be a different situation. But it makes me feel that I have been chosen or not chosen as a result of it. Absolutely. Hello. We have our male guest in the house. I'm so excited. I'm so glad you made it.
I'm honored to be here.
Yes, we're gonna have you share that mic over there.
Anthony did clarify about that attitude.
Okay,
if y'all like to know.
so what did Anthony say?
So Anthony said that attitude that was expressed when she was saying that men came from women.
That's the reality. That's the. I mean, where else did you come from?
Elaborate. Where'd you come from, Anthony?
You were birthed. You were birthed out of a woman.
So and you're absolutely correct, and I don't think he came back with enough power, so we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, he didn't
and all
come
I was
back.
really
Have a good
saying
day,
was,
Anthony.
is you cannot put a black woman down when you come from a black woman.
Came from a black
Absolutely.
woman.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, you can't put this white woman on a pedestal and then say all these negative, mean things about a black woman when that's where you come from.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Michelle.
Just to kind of defend and again to play devil's advocate, is that we also have, it's loaded when we say that, because when we look at a lot of these homes, a lot of these males are coming from single parent homes. They're not
Most are coming from single homes.
And so they're angry. They're a lot of times it's misplaced anger. You're angry on the one that's raising you because that's the one that's the disciplinarian. You're angry because for whatever reason in your mind you think that they didn't do enough to keep your father there. There's all these different things. And I come from a single parent home, so these are just from my thoughts from a female, things that I thought growing up. Why wasn't my father able to stay there? Growing up, now that I'm older, I understand a little bit better. But when you're looking at and you don't continue on, get that counseling to help you work out those thoughts and those feelings, then yes, there is that component where you stay mad at the black woman for reasons that you didn't work out within yourself.
That's a good point. So I'd like to just introduce our guest and have him share a little bit about himself. Please welcome James Dixon to the conversation. Share a little bit about who you are.
First of all, and apologies for the traffic. Everyone was turning their neck and looking. Turn, you can see me better that way.
Speaking to the mic.
Yeah, speaking
to the mic. Yeah. So here's what had happened. When you asked about me. It takes a while for a man to mature. On my way here, I got delayed. Left plenty of 2 hours in advance. Life happens to men in our development. It just takes time. So when a man does arrive, he is not only available for relationship, but he has expectations that are totally different now. It took me 45 years to become who I am now, where modeling doors open up for me. Self-esteem issues that I had all my life had plagued me. Actually, the things that I was most insecure about became the thing that opened doors for me. So now that I model with Under Armour, Osher, and for Prevail, I have 3 companies that I get a chance to model for. But I get to model, but it's not just the physical thing. It's what I speak about. It's what I represent. I was raised by a single mom. I watched my mom coming out of failed relationships. I watched how she would say, introduce a guy into the house after giving me the title role of man of the house, and then for me to be displaced without a conversation, and then we have a different conversation about it. And when she said, "I love you different than I love him," well, it wasn't a question about the different types of love. It was the different responsibilities that were given that could be just taken away. But when it comes to the aspect of elevating a white woman, the perception that many men have is that the white woman is she's bringing something different to the table than a black woman was. A black woman will come with a lot of her hurts and won't trust you. It's hard to get trust from a black woman. You know, oftentimes an outside influence can have more
You got
impact
5
on your
black women looking at you
relationship
crazy like, what the
than
hell?
you know?
Nothing like-
It is.
the ones that
like,
hear trust.
my friends can have
is.
more